on the next Roseanne show.
You guys dated each other?
Yeah, kind of
If you want to call it dating. We had a 3-week relationship almost 9 years ago.
That's right.
Ben Stiller and Janeane Garofalo are rewriting the book on love.
And they should listen to you because...
We're actors.
Plus, using your baby as a free weight.
Are you trying to raise a super athlete? Yeah!
Next Roseanne show.
And we'll meet a couple who developed a unique fitness program for babies. They use them as dumbbells. Interesting. And now let's bring out my first guests, who are two of the hottest and funniest young stars in Hollywood. They've appeared together in numerous films and TV shows, and most recently they have co-authored this book, Feel This Book, about spiritual supremacy and sexual satisfaction. Please welcome Ben Stiller and Janeane Garofalo. Hi, you guys.
How you doing?
Hello.
Good. How are you doing?
Good. What you want to do is you want to grab a baby in each hand.
Yeah.
And you want to do a straight curl. Oh.
We're not the couple that have the baby fitness.
No.
We're the other couple.
Do you think that's weird, though? I thought it was like
just,
weird.
I use babies for my own
We
weight
were going to
training
pretend
program.
when you said the couple that comes up, we were going to come bounding out the door. Get it? That would be the joke.
You really have a guy who's
we're not
going to bring
that
babies on who...
Yeah, people are really doing that.
Dumbbell babies?
They're lifting their own children as
Not
weights.
that the children are not intelligent. He doesn't mean dumbbell babies.
No.
He means literally using a baby as a weight resistance object.
We don't know about this because we're not that guy.
We're not the couple for the baby fitness.
Do you think there's anything like morally wrong with using, lifting your children as objects? Like, is there anything spiritually deep about that, or what?
Well, if you're lifting your children, you're lifting them up spiritually. You're
Right.
lifting them to show that they are above the fray. They are not mediocre.
That's right.
They are somehow better than. You're raising the bar, literally
Right.
and emotionally.
That's right. As long as you're not grabbing them by the head, I
Right.
think you're okay.
Right.
Yeah, because I think we should put limits if we're going to bring them
Right.
out, because some people out there will perceive that we're saying, something bad.
I'm very interested to see that. I'm going to stick
I
around
wish we
and
were the
see what
baby
that's-
fitness couple now.
Yeah. Also, if you squeeze a baby, aren't babies' heads soft?
Yeah,
The
so
fontanelle.
So if you squeeze-
right here.
The
So if,
fontanelle.
right at that age, if you squeeze too hard, there could be permanent damage. Right?
Yeah, so
Okay.
we want people to know that.
Okay.
So
All right.
where'd you get the idea to write this book?
Janine, do you want to start with that one? Or?
Well, we actually hadn't come to it organically. We had no intention of writing a book, and then a gentleman from Ballantyne said, "Hey, I've got some money." And we went, "Hey,
Yeah. And at that
I think
point,
I'll write a book."
At that point, it was too weird. It was like fate.
Fate, yeah.
So we said, yeah, we better get on this.
As soon as the money was mentioned, the muse just struck us.
And
Did it? Really?
it's amazing,
It's amazing
how
how it
motivated
works.
you can get.
Yeah.
No, also the idea for the book really was, they said, could you write like a funny, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus type of take, and we
Right.
didn't really want to do that. But we thought a real self-help book, a real spiritual empowerment guide
That's what we need.
that covered so many different areas that it could be in our goal was like to get into like 10 different sections in the bookstore, including science fiction.
To sell,
Right.
to sell as many copies, the ultimate
Right.
marketing thing.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
it seemed to work out pretty well because we don't really know a lot about anything, but we know a little bit about not very much.
Right. So we took
That's
that,
good for the
that,
book
that
form.
loose grasp
Very
on the
good.
Yeah.
facts. We took
Yeah.
our tenuous
Yeah.
grasp on the facts
Yeah.
and put it on
About
the paper.
relationships,
About
basically.
relationships.
Relationships and other things, but we started off with the relationship issue because Janine and I had a short little
You guys dated each other?
kind of
If you want to call it that.
Little,
If you want to call it dating. We had a 3-week relationship almost 9 years ago.
That's right.
So you can see the book
And-
was inevitable. It was
Yeah.
inevitable.
So and by the
But
way,
you're still having some sort of a relationship.
no, we have a
after
great,
all these years.
Yeah, we have a great friendship, and
Yeah.
we're happy as friends.
Yeah.
And the
You
lovers.
could never go
Could you
there.
not touch me?
I'm
Could you
sorry.
not?
Janine doesn't like to be touched.
I'm
I learned
kidding.
that in the 3 weeks.
I'm
that we
kidding.
had
I
to go.
enjoy being.
I can't stand being touched either. I mean, sometimes it really freaks me out, for real.
I don't mind being touched in a natural setting. I don't like being touched by hair and makeup like before a show or something. Like they have, you have to put hair and makeup You have to put your hair on.
I thought you were going to say I don't like being touched by hairy
That's what
guys.
I
I don't like being touched with.
too.
I don't like being touched by men with hair on their back. That's not true. I don't care. I'm just saying I don't like when
What
you
about
put
on
makeup
their
on for a
knuckles?
show and they're touching your face with with makeup that you have to wear on television.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sexually, I mean, in the book, sexually,
Oh, sexually
you
speaking.
don't want to have sex with anybody, basically, right?
No, thank you.
How can I be okay about coming to that decision myself?
I think denying emotional connections is a good thing. I think emotional connections are overrated, personally.
Yeah. Janine has a chapter in the book, The Penis or the Pickle.
I don't have.
There is. She's a chapter in the
I
book.
do not.
We'll be right
Saying
back.
that to embarrass me. I do not have a chapter in the book.
In the
called
table of the contents.
It's in the table of contents. He put it in there. I did not.
Okay.
Oh, I smell juice. I smell a juicy part. We'll get there after this commercial. Hi, I'm back with Ben and Janine. So did you guys have sex when you dated?
No, we did not.
You never had sex in that 3 weeks?
No, we made out. Is that what the kids are saying? Make out? Yes, but we did not actually have sex.
Did you see each other naked?
No,
And do you think,
I don't think so.
We saw parts of each
We saw
other.
parts of
naked.
each other, but not.
Yeah.
We didn't get crazy with it.
you just saw parts of each other?
Yeah, it was.
Does that get involved in your friendship or mess it up at all? Because sometimes you'll think of the part you saw
It didn't
naked.
affect ours.
I think it's a nice basis for the friendship. You know what I mean? Because like once you've been through that, once you've seen parts of each other naked, you feel very close and kind of like, okay, we've done that.
Or you can use it. You
And,
can blackmail. I've seen parts of you naked, so don't.
Right.
And then you could give
And I
him
can
to give.
talk about them.
Right.
Then you can use him for like charity donations. Don't you think that's how this town really runs? Is blackmailing each other for charity foundation money?
There is
There is a
kind
little
of
bit of that,
a little
yeah.
bit of a. You mean like the celebrity? You do this thing,
Yeah.
I'll do that. Thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then you are definitely beholden to whoever did the favor for you.
Yeah.
And you got to return it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
definitely
weird.
someday they will ask you for a favor, and when that day comes, you will have to do it.
Yeah.
Are we in the mafia?
Well, it's that kind of a thing.
We're in the charitable mafia. It's like you give me a pair of socks for my auction, and I'll sign these posters. You know, it's always a thing for your thing.
Right.
You know.
But it's good though. 'cause,
Janine
I mean,
donates a lot of socks.
I don't.
to
I was just saying that I cut my pants before I came out here because they were too long, and now I have total floods. It's really embarrassing.
You
I don't even get a shot.
Wait a minute. You
Get a
got
shot.
so
It's great.
neurotic. Wait a minute. You got so neurotic that you took a pair of scissors and cut your pants because you thought they were too long, and now they have no hands.
Oh, that's not neurotic. That's utilitarian. They were dragging on the ground. It was good common sense cutting my pants.
Did
because
you
it was-
cut them while you were sitting or standing?
I was sitting. That's the problem. I cut around like that, and not taking into account. Oh, my knees are bent. Obviously, there's good. I gotta have some view. No, I was cutting like. Why are you clapping for that?
Because it's funny.
Oh, I thought that.
They're like
okay.
saying it's good. You cut
Oh,
your
I
pants.
see. I see. It's kudos that you're giving me.
Right.
Yeah, we're giving you support.
Thank
We're
you.
giving you support.
Thank you for your
Because we
support.
like
I'm
that you're
cutting
a
my
little
pants.
quirky. We like that
That girl-
Janine's quirky.
This girl back there. Were you
Let
was it somebody
Janine
doing
hear
this before
it.
the
We
show?
love
Was there
her
a
being
thing going?
quirky.
Janine is like totally like the anti-celebrity
is,
celebrity.
isn't
You know what I mean? It's just about no entourage, no makeup, no stylist. No, this is all her own stuff.
Yeah. Are you, oh,
You know, no. She's like
No, but
very
tell-
much like about just being who she is, and
Yeah.
there's all this stuff
She's
we talked about.
authentic.
That's this stuff that kind of like there are all these things that you can do, and people give you clothes, and people, pamper and all that stuff, and she's very much not about that.
This
which
is like the
good.
Sammy Maudlin show when you just compliment the
Exactly.
other.
It is,
Remember that
isn't
from
it?
SCTV, the Sammy
Oh, that
Maudlin
was so
show, when all the
brilliant.
guests would just keep complimenting each
Are we
other
just
and
complimenting each other
applauding,
at
yeah.
this point? Well,
And the
then
audience was
spill
just like,
spill
Well,
some
no,
kind
I'm
of
not-
sexual secret.
A sexual secret?
Spill a sexual secret.
Janine is a love
Not
powerhouse.
mine. No, your sexual secrets.
I'm not going to give up any of them.
She's
Come
asking
on,
you
tell me
your
something.
personal secrets.
You are getting laid right and left. Let's be real. Everyone in the world wants to have sex with you. Come on. You're dating like the hottest chicks in Hollywood. What are you talking about? And you want to have sex? I don't understand that.
What? Well, what was the question? What was the
I
question?
mean, how cool is it to like be a young man?
It's great. I feel very, fortunate to be a young man.
And
He
like
accepts the abundance
having a
in
lot
his
of
life.
sex with a lot of
Wait,
gorgeous
why
people.
are you assuming that I'm having a lot of sex?
Because you told me you were.
No, I said he has a high sex drive,
Oh,
which he
it's a high
does, and I
sex
mean that in a
drive.
good way. He's got a high sex drive, and he said that yes, he does, but he didn't. I don't think he was saying he was having a lot of sex.
Oh, okay. What's it like to have a high sex drive?
So Janeane and I did this movie that's coming out this summer. I'd love to talk about. I just have a normal sex drive. I think you guys. I mean, if you want, you guys were talking about how you guys. Let's get real if we're going to get real. You were saying that you guys don't want to have sex, both of you, right?
Right.
I have a low libido. That's
Right.
I do
and I just
too.
said I do want to have sex. That was it.
But that, no, I guess in comparison.
Yeah.
I know, that's so good. It's
Right.
good.
Right. It's
I
normal.
suppose in comparison
It's
to us,
normal.
anybody
I-
has a high sex
I just
drive.
want to know do you
What?
feel good about that?
Oh man. What? Sex is fine. It's healthy. It's normal, right?
Right.
It's a part of being a human being. So,
Yeah.
So I feel good about that as a human being. Yes, I do. We're all
I think
human
that's
beings.
fantastic.
Thank you.
Bravo!
Okay. All right, so I have to do a commercial. We'll be right back. Thank you.
All right.
Hi, we're back with Ben Stiller and Janeane Garofalo. And now tell me about your weird relationship that caused you to write this book.
Well, no, we were just saying before that Janeane and I have a strange relationship because we did go out for like a short period of time at the beginning, and then we ended up being friends for years and years, and we always worked together a lot. We ended up kind of doing movies and
Yeah,
TV
you're
shows. and
always
things.
together.
But yeah, we come back and forth. But usually we only hang out with each other when we're working
When we're
together.
working, we don't see each other or talk usually in between.
It's
Honestly.
Really?
Yeah, and we
Oh,
live-
what a fantastic.
And in New York, we live a block from each other.
Actually, we are next door. Yeah, we
Yeah.
live right next door to each other in New York.
But-
And you never see each other socially?
Hardly ever. It's really strange. And
Yeah.
even
So
when we wrote
That's
the
why
book,
it works.
Yeah,
I
well-
think that's the key to any successful relationship is stay away from each other as much as possible. And I think it works out great because then you get the greatest hits of a relationship.
That's true.
It's just little increments.
And with no emotional pain.
Right.
Right.
Well, there's
Is there
still no.
pain?
No, there's
Like we
pain.
hang out for like more than a day. There's emotional pain, and we've been hanging out together because we've been talking about the book a lot. And it's funny because it feels like we feel like we're a married couple or something because she's heard all my stories about the book and I've heard all her stories. So, like you'll ask me a question about the book and I'll start talking. And I immediately think, oh, Janeane's bored. She's heard this one before.
Or I'll just finish his sentences. Well, I just did it. I'll just finish his sentences for him.
It is exactly like being married.
But when we wrote the book, we weren't together at all. She was in Ireland doing a movie, and I was in New York and Los Angeles, and so we ended up writing totally, just on our own. We tried one day of writing together, and we drove each other
you can't
crazy.
even write together.
No, but
I can't
So you
write.
did
I
it.
can't-
He
writing's
said-
a very solitary
Yeah.
thing, though.
Yeah.
But
I
you
can't
did
write
a
with
he
anybody.
said, she said kind of thing, right?
Yes, we
Yeah.
kind of
You're
took.
kind of knocking each other. There's unspoken hostility in the book. I can pick it up. You're griping about him, and he's griping about you.
Yeah, but it was actually, truth be told, it's fictional. But
Oh, okay.
And the thing is, when with the griping part, it's actually hopefully funnier than, boy, I really like him and it's perfect. I mean, if you were to write a book about a perfect relationship, I don't know how funny it would be to people. Was that wrong that I just blew the fictional thing that it was supposed to be real?
No,
Is that
but
wrong?
it is all all comedy has a basis in truth. I think our relationship, which is obviously incredibly funny,
I think
was no. We had this little short thing, so we decided to take we blew it up into like what was wrong, what would have been wrong with our relationship if we had actually played it out.
But you have played it out. It's just like it's
Yeah.
like a modern day relationship,
we
really,
have
where
the-
you
we-
don't
I-
you don't have any like emotionally painful stakes in it. but
No,
you can
but
still,
Janeane is like one of my best friends, and we've had a long-term
Well,
relationship.
how could
I
she
think,
be your best friend
No,
if
wait.
you never see her?
What I was
I
going
know,
to say
that's
is
what's
we
weird.
actually are extremely close, and I actually count him among one of my favorite people, and we do have, when we are together, a very kind of deep connection, and we like each other very much.
Right.
But we also know that I think that if we spent a lot of
You would
time
drive each
together,
other
we would
berserk.
probably drive
Do you
each
think
other
you would
crazy.
kill each other?
Literally?
Yeah.
I doubt it. I doubt we'd literally
Would
kill
it
each
come to
other.
blows, though? Would it come to physical blows?
I've never struck anyone. Have you?
No. But I mean, she's right though. We get it's very quick that we'll just like I guess we know each other so well. But you know, it's just kind of the great thing is that I think we understand what our relationship should be.
Right.
Janeane makes me laugh. You know, she's one of the funniest people I know. Definitely one of the funniest women I know. I think like guys in the comedy world are sometimes a little prejudiced against women.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Right?
Aren't
Yeah.
they?
Well, the general belief is that women aren't as funny. I would say that's, whether people admit that or not, that's the kind of a general cultural belief, which is unfortunately fed by TV and movies because the parts for women aren't usually written as strongly, and then also they usually cast, their pool for casting is very small because they want very good-looking women to play comedic parts, so you've just knocked out 70% of the people who are auditioning, whereas with men, they'll just take a funny guy. He doesn't have to be looking a specific way ordinarily. So the
Yeah.
perception is that women aren't funny because the writing isn't as strong and the talent pool isn't as vast that is being chosen from. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
was that
absolutely.
clear?
Does that make sense
Oh, no,
to
you don't have to applaud. You don't have to applaud. No, no, no.
Oh, let him applaud.
Well, you go ahead then. It's your choice.
Yeah.
She's releasing you from your burden.
Exactly.
You kind of are like you kind of are releasing people from their burdens.
Well, hopefully,
this book I'm
hopefully
talking
the
about.
book takes a little bit of the, you know, honestly, the book is hopefully, you know, somewhat amusing and
It is,
funny.
it's
and,
very funny.
And it has to do with a lot of these issues that I think we get. There's so many of these books and people out there who are guiding us and telling us where to go. And
It's fun to make fun of
it's fun
experts,
that,
huh?
yeah, and I think there is a seed of truth, though, in all this stuff. And, like, when I was writing my stuff, I was kind of coming from the place, I actually like a lot of those books. And,
I do, too. I read
you
them
know,
all.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of good stuff in them, too. So, you know, you have to just kind of come, we didn't even know where it was going to go. It just kind of like, you know, and some of it, obviously, trying to be funny, but there's a lot of
But it's
real
like,
stuff in there.
it's really real and really deep,
Yeah.
and it's
Especially
hilarious.
the creating all the money you could ever dream of chapter. That's all.
What's that like?
Very real.
Well, it's just, there are just certain laws and immutable truths that the universe holds in terms of the laws for making money that you have to buy the book, really, to get all the,
So,
you know,
Yeah.
is it going to tell us?
I can't even,
Is it going to tell us like how to be richer, how to be
richer
what?
than you could ever dream
richer
of.
than we could ever dream, and what else? Sexier.
Money
than,
likes other money.
Yeah, well, no,
in
that's the
there.
money chapter. There's a
Right.
chapter about building your own cave for men. Yeah, I mean, because you know the Iron John books and
Right, how
Robert
to get
Bly.
back to basics.
Yeah, and about the the metaphor of going back to the cave. And I have a chapter on actually building a cave for men, practically being able to do it in like your basement or whatever.
In your basement, is it like with drywall or what?
All different sorts. Linen. There's
Oh,
a
that's
linen,
great.
which is easier to work with than cement.
And I have a chapter on the value of procrastination and holding a grudge.
And those are important
So
things.
very,
Absolutely,
very
and they've been
important.
downplayed so
Oh, yeah.
badly.
Oh,
Yeah. I think you know, in general, people take this whole expert thing way too seriously.
And they should listen to you because
We're actors.
Right. And people who've been on television are really the most qualified to tell you
Yeah.
about emotional well-being and
think
how to
that's
live your
true.
life.
yeah,
And
Really-
that's what we want to show.
Grounded people.
There's not enough actors writing books, we find.
I think that's
So
true.
I think it's important. I'm waiting for Ricky Martin and Britney Spears to co-author a book because I think they got a lot of wisdom
That's right.
between them.
Well, all those years in Menudo, it should have prepared you
Sure.
for something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I just have two words for Ricky Martin.
What?
Rico Suave.
The original Rico Suave.
Gerardo.
Oh my
Gerardo
God.
was doing it in 1992.
Where has he gone?
He was living the Vida Loca in the early 90s.
Exactly. That was a little too loca.
Yeah, yeah. Look what happened to him.
It's the but everything's about the archetypes now, isn't it?
Right.
Just about the wild Latin lover thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
we want our wild Latin lover, don't we?
Well,
Do
if
you
you
want your wild
if
Latin
you listen to
lover?
the lyrics of that song, you would hate that girl. You would hate anybody that made you take your clothes off and go dancing in the rain. That wouldn't be appealing. She never drinks the water. She makes you buy French champagne. That doesn't seem very nice or polite. Yes, me. The lyrics of the Vida Loca song.
Well, then maybe he's just one of those guys that just likes to get spanked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Latin, you know, kind of a Latin guy that wants to be spanked. Kind of.
I heard he has very specific rules for how he's photographed. That's what
Like
I've heard.
what?
I
Oh, we
can't say
shouldn't get
anything.
into it.
Nope.
All right, we shouldn't get into it. All right, thank you again, Janeane. Coming up, you'll have to tell me that off camera.
Okay.
Coming up, the never-ending battle to marry off my daughters. You're Jewish, you should have called.
I am too. But
We'll
what
be
about
right back.
lifting babies, lifting
Yeah, they're
weights,
coming up
babies
next.
That's
with weights?
after the date my daughters.
Okay.
We'll be right
Okay.
back.